We all have this toxic trait of holding on to shit for way too long, or at least way longer than we should. You get what I'm saying? In fact, over the past year, I've been on this evolving journey, this evolution, if you will, of reinvention and letting go. And a big part of reinventing myself and reinventing my business was I had to let go of things. Imagine if you let go of some things, or some people, or some relationships, or even some things about the past, or some feelings, or some emotions. Imagine if you could let go, what you would be able to achieve and accomplish. Letting go is one of the core principles that I teach a lot of my clients to do, because there's so much of that stuff that we want to and have to let go of in order for us to move on. Sometimes it is letting go of toxic relationships or people that no longer serve us. Sometimes it's letting go of things. In fact, I'm here in my new office. I just moved into this office a couple of weeks ago, and I am so loving the vibe here. But in order to move into this office, I downsized a little bit so I could upscale. And I had a 1,500 square foot office space that I fully furnished when I opened the office space. And there was like amazing furniture in there. Very, very expensive. And I got to a point where I'm like, I'm done. I've been here for 13 years and I'm done. And in order to really move on, I had to let go of all of that stuff. And when I did, it created so much more room in my life and so much more space. And I also let go of the part of my business that no longer served me. Once I started doing that, then I started letting go of people and relationships that no longer served me. And there were people that I kept in my life for way longer than they should have been there. And once you start letting go of things, then you start letting go of people and relationships, then you start letting go of other things. You start letting go of obligation, expectation, pressure, demands, shoulds, all this stuff that starts weighing down on us, or that has weighed us down for way too long. But you have to start somewhere. And for every one of you watching this video, it might be someplace different where you start letting go. Maybe it is just something that you let go of physically that you don't have to have an attachment to. The thing I learned when letting go of all this stuff in my office space, and I just sold it. I posted it on Facebook Marketplace and I sold it for way too cheap. A lot of people told me, you're not making any money of this, you're losing out on the deal. I'm like, no, I'm not losing out on the deal, because the other option is give it away for free or have a trash truck and come and haul all the stuff away. I just wanted to let the stuff go. I wanted to be done with it. And some of the stuff, I'm like, oh, I really love that. Oh, I really love that. And I'm like, wait, pump the brakes. Don't love something that can't love you back. And that right there, don't love something that can't love you back. That one statement right there helped me let go of so much of that physical crap that just didn't belong in my life anymore. And yes, it once served a purpose, it once meant something, until it didn't. And think about that in terms of people or relationships too. You know, there are sometimes people that unfortunately they don't have the capacity or the ability to love us the way we want to be loved. And we can send them love and compassion, and sometimes it's not going to be reciprocated. You know what is reciprocated though? Drama, toxicity, and all a bunch of guilt, resentment, remorse, and crap. And if those are some of the relationships that you're holding on to, it's keeping you stuck, they're weighing you down, why love someone or something that can't love you back in the way that you want to be shown love? So I became aware of a lot of those types of connections that I had still going on in my life, and a lot of them over the past year, I got rid of, I cut ties with. And it doesn't have to be this dramatic, oh, I'm cutting ties with you, I will never talk to you again. Some it is. Like some people, you have to set that boundary. We serve no purpose in one another's lives anymore. And even that was being generous. And time to go, right? Gotta go. So my question to you, who or what have you been holding on to for way too long that you need to let go of? And once you do, The waters might be a little choppy throughout the process, but once you finally let go of it, your life will improve so much, because when you let go of things, guess what happens? You make more space. You make more room in your life. You make more space for better things, better people. You make more space for yourself. So what are some of those things that have been weighing you down, tying you down, that you can benefit from letting go of? They could be people, they could be relationships, they could be things, they could be thought process, they could be limiting beliefs, they could be toxic things, they could be behaviors, they could be habits, they could be things like obligations, musts, shoulds, and pressure, they could be anxiety or fears. What are things that you could benefit from letting go of? Let me know in the comments section, so that way I know kind of where your mind is. That way, I like to read the comments, because it helps me also create more content to help the people who watch my videos and who are also in my community. Now, the reason why I'm talking about letting go so much is because starting this week, I'm doing a 5-week group program all about the mindset shifts that you need to instill in your life in order to become unstoppable and embrace your inner badass. And one of those is letting go. In fact, I think that is one of the most important ones. And there are many different ways to let things go. But in order to fully let go of those things, we have to be prepared mentally. And that's what I do. That's what I specialize in helping people do, is just letting go of the things that no longer serve them. Mentally, emotionally, psychologically, just letting them go. But like I said, you have to start somewhere. So where are you going to start? Are you going to start by letting go of a pair of pants that's been hanging in your closet way too long? You're like, those are fugly. Why was I keeping those? Was I waiting for that to go back into style? So is it something in your closet that you're like, oh, this is going to start it. This is going to help initiate the process of letting go. Maybe it is a person that you've been keeping in your life for way too long. And once you realize that they are what or who you need to let go of, then you can start asking yourself, how am I going to detach from them? How am I going to let go? How am I going to get them out of my life so I can create space for better people, time, places, and things in my life? Your life, my friend, is a journey. And I don't know if it's age. I'm 37. I'm going to be 38 in March. I feel old because I work with a lot of younger people. I work with a lot of teenagers, and when I'm talking to them, I'm like, oh my. In fact, I was working with a 16-year-old the other day. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm old enough to be your dad. Like, if I had you, when I was 21, I'm old enough to be your dad. That was like a punch in the stomach. But at the same time that I started thinking about what it would be like to be a dad, I think I'd be a good dad. Anyway, going off into a tangent. I'm 37, about to be 38 in March. Here's the thing. Many people, it comes with age, where you say, you know what, I'm just gonna start stepping into my new era. And that's exactly what I started doing. Over the past few months, I created like a new Dan era. And I labeled it. And I told people, I'm like, this is a new Dan era. I have no time or place or patience for bullshit in my life anymore. I am burning my business to the ground and building it back up again so the phoenix can rise above the ashes and fly freely. And I'm doing the same thing in my personal life as well. I am burning down a lot of shit in my personal life that I didn't need anymore. And I'm not telling you this to boast or brag or talk about myself. I'm telling you this so you can learn through my stories and my experiences. And this changes the type of programs I do in my business. It changes the way I do my business. It changes the way I work with people. And it is such a wonderful feeling to have that sense of being my own person again. And I let go of most of the people that worked for me in my business because I couldn't build the business and create the business really that I wanted to create while I had so many people on my team, because I had to run my business a certain way in order to support those people. And now I don't owe anyone any obligations. I don't have to live by obligations, and that's what letting go can do. And guess what? most of the people understood and took it very well. Some didn't, but that's okay. That's their journey and that's their evolution. So my friends, what do you want and need to let go of? And when you identify that, ask yourself, how can I begin the process of letting go of that? If you need help with this, my friends, hit me up. Let me know, because this is some of what I specialize in. So if you need help letting go, let me know so I can help you let go. I like that. That has some rhythm to it. Has a little bit of beat to it. All right, I'm now going to go to the grocery store. I'm going to get some food so I can cook dinner tonight, and I am so excited. I just can't hide it. All right, my friends, as always, be well, do good, be true to who you are. Happy healing, and have fun letting go.